Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CCS Season 5. I'm back with Quantec. Texas Tech, the Red Raiders from Lubbock, Texas, take on West Virginia from Morgantown, West Virginia. Quantec, how's it going?
It's going good. I've had a very slow Friday up to this point. Started with some EU action for LCS, capping the Valentine's Day off with this, and headed out after this series for my own Valentine's Day festivities. So I'm feeling good, feeling very comfortable, and it's been a very relaxing day when not all of them I can say the same. Nation, thank you for having me on. I'm looking forward to the matchup between these two teams.
And West Virginia's it's been quite the story for the Mountaineers. They've not had a lot of success in the past. So they've gotten better throughout the course of their time in CCS. This is their fourth season in the league. I think that each season they've done a little bit better and better. So hoping to go northwards of last season. I think this is a team that really could get the job done. We'll see how far they can go. But again, they're severe underdogs in this game. But I wouldn't be shocked if they pull something out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a roster that definitely has some caliber behind it to make some moves, and on a good day, it's any upset can happen. But Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, already doing very well over the course of this season. 3-1, it's only a 3-game differential, but the series wins is what matter, and we'll be seeing them showcase what they have in this Week 3 action, and it's we preface this on the stream, I feel like over the course of the entire week, but divisional play, it's important, and this is what we have underway shortly here once kickoffs gets going, and both these teams want to start their season against the teams in their conference on a better foot rather than not.
Yeah, Texas Tech already 0-1 after a loss to Arizona State in league play earlier this week. So they're trying to get back to 500 in conference play. Quantec with a win tonight, which they should easily get. I mean, Jonas and I have looked at their schedule. They do have one of the easier schedules in the Big 12. I think anything less of a 5-3 record is considered extreme failure for Texas Tech, but we'll see how they do this spring. But Jonas and I talked to him, and it was, if they don't go 5-3 or better, it is a disgrace for the schedule they have. But we'll see how they go. But West Virginia, they picked up one win in league play last season. They're looking to go 3 or better, was what they kind of told me through the course of the offseason. So we'll see how they can go. But they've got a schedule that really could give them a couple wins. So I'm excited to see what they can do this spring.
Well, you've mentioned it's a roster that has grown over the course of their involvement in CCS, and now that they're finally here and getting going, I'm excited to see a blooming talent over there, and they can do their best to get even more so in their record and hover around that 500 line. I'm sure they want to do better, but it is baby steps, the process that you'll be taking.
Your camera broke.
Yep, that is, you guys will see the lovely cat. I'll get myself back on here.
There we go. Anywho, the players are ready, so let's get down to the field. For game number 1, Quantec, Texas Tech, West Virginia. Last season, West Virginia picked up their first ever conference victory. It took them 3 seasons to get it done. We'll see if they can go better than 1 win this spring. I think they can, considering the schedule they've got. So I'm excited to see what the Mountaineers can do.
Two teams with apparently very light schedules, as you shared with you and Dronis talking, and it starts here. Maybe not the friendliest of matchups for West Virginia, but they want to make a statement regardless. Ski Buddy collecting this one, flick up, but that's really just given over to Wilds, handled well by Igor on the back end. They'll miss the ball, but get Buki on a demo, and it's West Virginia on the back foot. Immediately they'll concede only 24 seconds in.
And Frame, we're going to find the first for Texas Tech, the lone player alive from Texas Tech's glory days in CCS. And just 24 seconds to get the offense started. The Red Raiders lead 1-0.
They came out hungry, obviously wanting to set the tone, and a couple of shots immediately found off the kickoff, 4 in fact, and that's quite a number to have only in the opening 30-something odd seconds of this game, and they're very happy to come away with that goal, but one not enough for themselves or to feel comfortable. Buki air dribble bump, won't get the first, won't get the second. Ski Buddy gets a save, but no further than Bramble. And Texas Tech an immediate 2 goals, and they're looking in dominant fashion right now.
4:11 to go. I mean, again, the Red Raiders strike once more. 4:11 to play, so plenty of time for West Virginia, but this is also West Virginia's first time ever on main broadcast. So they're just excited to be here, Quantech, but the first minute almost gone. We'll see how long it takes for this offense to get started.
Yep, it's maybe not the welcoming that they would want. Here's, look at this angle. No, that somehow it's off the post and back out. It'll have to be Wilds who finds that sidebar and sneaks it in, but Buki, that would have been such an insane goal coming off the back wall. Instead, it's just a glorified assist.
4 minutes down. A 3-0 Red Raider lead in the first minute here. I mean, it's been dominant early, and West Virginia's defense got to adapt. As again, they got to be able to hold the line and give their offense a chance to score some goals, and a big save there for Ski, but he at least finally holds off a Red Raider attack.
Yeah, I think West Virginia just locking down more consistently on their touches. You know, if they can expect what is happening from their teammates, if they're able to rise and meet Texas Tech at the point of contact, I think they'll be much better off. But as it stands right now, they're just soaking shot after shot after shot. Already 13 registered for Texas Tech, and we're barely elapsed the minute-and-a-half mark. Wilds an uncontested double tap, and that right there is exactly what West Virginia needs to address. Challenge that sooner before it makes its way onto your net.
Absolutely agree. I mean, a minute 40 down. West Virginia's hitting 2-2 right now, with wins over St. John's in 3 and Syracuse in 5, and losses to Pitt in 4. And they got swept by Oregon. So again, they're trying to pick up their first conference play victory tonight, as they only have one conference game this week. Then they're in Oklahoma State next week. That should be a game where they really could win. But first 2 minutes down, we're still a 4-0 advantage to the Red Raiders.
I think I've been casting since the very tail end of 2021. This might be the first time I'm covering somebody who's driving around in a Paladin by way of Bramble. So, we have some experimental and shenaniganery happening here by Texas Tech. The Red Raiders feeling themselves before the game even started. And you can see why, right? They're up 4-0, and West Virginia just trying to break out of their half. They've done well, stem the bleeding. For now, it's off their own crossbar, and Igor puts it away to safety on the sidewall. Hopefully they can get something going here and break out of their half fluidly.
Yeah, Bramble's main focus, for those of you guys that do not know, is Heat Seeker. He plays in a variety of different cars. I watch his streams all the time. He plays in a ton of different cars, and Paladin's one of those cars he likes to play in, Quantech. So this is not really all that shocking, and we saw him in the Paladin a couple nights ago against Arizona State, and things went south very fast for this Red Raider defense. At 2 minutes to go in Game 1, still a 4-0 start.
I've never understood the two, spikes attached to either end of the grill for the Paladin. You would think that you would just pop the ball, but I don't know what the Rocket League ball is made of. It seems to take a lot of punishment around here on the pitch. Wilds can't get to this one. And the first shot coming out here, actually the third. Actually, I've missed a couple. But West Virginia looking better. They've gone down their half. They need to save this to keep the train rolling. They do by way of Ski Buddy. And 4-0, West Virginia finally finding their footing in the series. And it may be too late for this one, but momentum into Game 2, I think, should be crucial.
Yeah, I mean, again, the last 2.5 minutes, they've only allowed 1 goal, so a heck of a lot better than 3 in the first minute. So they're adapting and picking it up, so you can't count them out yet. In Game 1, obviously, not going the way they expected it to, but, Game 2 is a new slate of 0-0 for the Mountaineers.
Ski Buddy. Double tap attempt. Didn't necessarily have the boost to get all the way back there. Buki. Infield pass to Wilds. He chips it towards the West Virginia net. Mountaineers now tasked with breaking out. That's a good transition play. Duffy looking for Ski Buddy. Ski Buddy from the corner. You saw the vision. Just couldn't find the touch. And Igor now has to deal in a 1v1 against Bramble. Will get the save. Good shadow defense there. And this clock continuing to tick down to 45 seconds. And we haven't had a goal in a while, but Texas Tech firmly in the driving seat. It's just formality until it's 0-0, and it's a game win for the Red Raiders.
And just going through the motions right now. 30 seconds left to go. West Virginia, can they get one down the stretch? Quantech, just give them some life going into Game 2 and avoid a shutout.
It's exactly what they're looking for. I know that's where I'd be as well. The mental shift changes, right? You're no longer here in game number 1. You're just trying to say, what do we change? Can we get a goal? And the knowledge that you can score is going to go a long way. Bramble, demo on the back wall. Ski Buddy chipping it forward. Dunking on top of Wilds. Gets another piece, but there's just nobody there to receive it. Igor a little bit too far out. Duffy to the back wall, and we are officially at 0, so will be some Rule 0 fun here for both of these rosters. But I think the takeaway for West Virginia is once you got into this game, the bottom 2 minutes were very good.
And the bottom 3 minutes were great. That fourth goal came in about a minute 30 or so into the game. So outside of those early goals they saw, I mean, they played a lot better in the back half of this game than they did the front half.
Their defense was there. It's so difficult to expect yourself to win a Rocket League game when 19 shots hit your net from the other side. That's where you start if you're West Virginia. Just be more present, more intentional about your touches coming through the neutral zone onto Texas Tech, slowing them down. This is a good start here. A perfect infield pass, selfless play by Duffy, and Igor wasn't going to miss that one.
And a 1-0 Mountaineer lead, 5 seconds into the game, and game 2, a heck of a start for West Virginia.
That's exactly what you need in this game 2, setting the tone, letting them know, hey, we're here to play game 1. It may have been a fluke because we are going to put this into the back of your net. They do so instantly off the initial kickoff and control their first goal and first lead in this series.
And the defense has to play their part as well, Quantic. You got to hold off, 19 or more shots at their last game. They saw a heck of a lot of shots face their net, but the defense continues trying to hold on the line, but Bramble starts it for Texas Tech.
He looked so good coming off of this sidewall. The flip is timed perfectly. The touch is right where he needs to be to follow that in with his remaining boost total, and it's well placed in the top left as well. It's a mechanical play from Bramble that I think a lot of people won't give the credit that it deserves. Stuff like that is so hard to do efficiently, but Igor's raising him, says, I see you, look at me.
2-1, the Mountaineers back in front. They get a flip reset from Igor, gets him over that last defender. 36 seconds in, the Mountaineers lead by 1 with a lot of time still to go.
And we're trading blows. Igor, both of the goals, and that one looked good. A mechanical play, set piece off the kickoff, full boost, flip reset goes all the way. Wild circling that middle field boost a couple of times. Will finally collect it, but it's West Virginia. Even when scored on, they're going to bounce back instantly, shut down the momentum before it starts growing on the side of Texas Tech. And I love what I'm seeing from the Mountaineers right now. Duffy double tap, no further than Wild, but West Virginia looking to establish another offensive shot on, turned aside by Bramble.
The offense got to continue to find their groove, Quantic, and again, the confidence continues to build in situations like this where your offense finally starting to see some success. Another pass gets across. Igor for 3, a hat trick, no good on the shot there. Still a lot of clock still to go to minute 30 off the clock here.
Igor can't connect on the little redirect, but Ski Buddy has momentum. Double tap, he's out of boost. Wild got in the way, but look at this rotation from West Virginia. They're controlled, they're establishing themselves around that midfield line, collecting this full boost when they spawn, and Texas Tech for the first time having trouble getting out. It's a double demo. It's Duffy in a 3v1. They have respawned. He's used all of his boost, and Bramble gets called off by Wild, so he'll get a demo there on the sidewall. Igor, not E-girl, excuse me, allowed to sneak in there, and that is maybe a Freudian slip if I've ever heard one. He won't get his hat trick, still looking for it, but has to worry about things defensively first.
2:45 and some change to go here in game number 2. Texas Tech trying to fend off the attack for now that they will. Buki Boy holds that one wide, and halftime is here, Quantic. Things have changed drastically since game 1 begun.
Yeah, no, this is it's a West Virginia team that's not only just staying with Texas Tech, but they're dictating the pace of play right now. They are allowing themselves to set up and swarm this Texas Tech net, pepper it with shots, and they've tripled Texas Tech's shot total, which, when you looked at the stats from game 1, you thought that would have never happened. Ski by the outlet pass. Igor still looking for that hat trick, but Texas Tech won't allow it to happen. 5th save for them, and you feel like it's only a matter of time before they finally break down defensively. You know, the door can only get banged on so many times, Nation, before the hinges fell off.
I mean, exactly, but right now, Texas Tech only have 2 shots compared to the 19 they faced last game. So West Virginia is completely content with how things have gone the first 3.5 minutes here in Game 2 compared to the pressure they saw in Game 1, but almost a chance, maybe something here, and Bramble finds a save.
They found another gear, this West Virginia team. The Mountaineers looking good, and finally this one all the way to their own back wall. We haven't seen that in a few minutes, and Igor just immediately says, I don't want this here. Return to center. You have the wrong address. Duffy saved by Buki in West Virginia. I don't blame them that they don't feel comfortable with this 1-goal lead. They're trying to find the second. Don't collapse here. That's a good bump. Ski Buddy able to back check in time and play it off his own backboard. Wilds looking for help, but can't get it before Duffy plays this ball forward. Ski Buddy from his corner, beat by Bramble. Igor's really awkward. No boost. Wilds wasn't expecting the whiff, though, and somehow West Virginia stay alive with this goal lead.
Yeah, what's really keeping West Virginia in this series is, I mean, Texas Tech's playing solo. They're quick to cut off the solo challenges and the solo opportunities that Texas Tech is creating. West Virginia is playing as a team. They're looking for the pass options in midfield. They're not being selfless here. They're not doing stuff on their own. They're playing as a collective unit, which has done an astounding job here in Game 2. Duffy trying to put the game away, but couldn't do it there.
Igor grabs that full boost. Maybe this is finally their moment for the hat trick. Flip reset. Bramble reads it very well. Duffy, good challenge though. Igor redirect attempt from the backboard. Just gonna say, you take it, Ski Buddy. You have the much better touch coming out here. But they might have done it. This clock ticking down. They're just content to burn time. Ski Buddy to the other corner. It will be collected by Buki, but they can't find the touch. It'll hit the turf in West Virginia. A hard-fought Game 2 win where they rally back and they looked like the better team, Nation.
Well, West Virginia have a game, Quantic. That's a start. Again, I mean, you got to continue it, though. They do have a game in this series now. You're 10 minutes in, and with the locked-up series, you get high production, 12 quality shots on target for West Virginia, just 2 able to fall. But Texas Tech didn't see many opportunities. Again, only 2 total shots compared to the 19 they saw in Game 1.
They genuinely pulled out like an Uno reverse card and said, 19 shots to 2, and then the Mountaineers were the ones with the much higher shot total. Basically a big no you right in the face of the Red Raiders, and they're looking to start this one the same way they did Game 2. It's a kickoff goal for the Mountaineers. This time it's Ski Buddy instead of Igor, and it's a slot into the dead center of that net.
9 seconds in, the Mountaineers in front early again, Quantic. What a start. This is exactly what West Virginia needed.
It's like, I mean, I know that's not what happened, but the change in play, it's almost like West Virginia called upon their big brothers and just said, here's the controller, because it is a completely different dynamic from Game 1 over to Games 2 and 3, but I'm happy for the Mountaineers. I'm happy for the product that we're going to get on stream, because it's them dictating the pace of play right now, and it's quite the plot twist that Texas Tech is the one that have to adjust. They have to be the ones to adapt, and it's a good start. Buki, a tap in, gets a lot of help from those bumps coming through from Wilds.
Well, Texas Tech again were able to respond in the first minute, 45 seconds in. In last game, we saw a very fast West Virginia response to the Texas Tech goal. We'll see if they can get something quick again here.
Immediately shutting down the momentum once more. They do lose the kickoff, which means they can't advance it into the Red Raider half. Duffy chip forward for themselves. Igor thought about jumping, but wise decision, disciplined play to call himself off. Good challenge there on negligible boost. And Ski Buddy 1v1 with Wilds. He's awkward, can't get it lofted high enough soon enough. And Wilds will find that one into his corner, get demoed for his efforts. But Texas Tech, they have not allowed the immediate follow-up goal from the Mountaineers. Long pass for Duffy! And look at the redirect!
I saw that pass coming from a mile away. I saw Igor in the backfield, had Duffy. I thought he was going to give it back to midfield for Ski Buddy to fire, but he took the shot himself. 3:43 at market good. A 2-1 Mountaineer lead.
Man, looking so good right now, West Virginia, and that is a slot from Duffy. I didn't think they could get the momentum, the power behind it, but hold on a second. Texas Tech gonna say, slow your horses, Kwanzaa, and everybody else watching. We're gonna get our own swift equalizer. Bramble, good pass from Wilds, has a relatively open net to shoot at, and this is a shootout between these two teams, rather, this time around, Nation. 2 apiece, and I don't think we're done by any means.
Not at all. I don't think we're done yet. I think we're going to see another 2 or 3 goals here. We'll have to kind of wait and see, though. West Virginia doing it. They've been the difference between game 1 and 2 and 3 is so different, and it's crazy to see the difference. And Texas Tech's doing an outstanding job as well, and Wilds off the 50 finds the go-ahead goal.
It's a very awkward careening ball around this corner. Buki just a hard touch, and Igor gets bumped, has to try to recover, but Wilds is there and takes an angle where no matter where that ball bounces out from the post, he's there to just suffocate it, smother it, and put it into the net for West Virginia. So they will get their first lead in nearly 7 minutes of Rocket League now. But Duffy looking to immediately take it back. Into the corner we go. Ski Buddy just going to grab that full boost and get out. Bramble doesn't have enough to jump, but Wilds will collect, and nobody is there contesting early. And this is the issue we saw in game 1 from West Virginia. Good diving save from Ski Buddy, but you need to have somebody on that challenge sooner.
And they cover the 1-2-3, which is good for the West Virginia defense. But again, your offense has to stay composed after the Red Raider goal. Wilds trying to go 1-on-2, finds a bump. Igor make the save. Duffy in the backfield, and halftime is here, Quantek. In game 3, what's changed down the stretch for Texas Tech to get back in the lead?
Man, they've really adjusted with their boost management, I think, and their key in their touches right now. They used to just be booming it down to West Virginia, allowing them to regroup and break out for free, but you notice their first touches from Texas Tech, they're much softer. They're trying to catch up to them before the defense for the Mountaineers can get there, and it's paying dividends right now as they'll find another multi-goal lead here. Backboard pass from Bramble over to Wilds, and Texas Tech putting the pressure back on West Virginia.
Well, here is the multi-goal run we knew we were going to see at some point again out of Texas Tech, and it's 3 goals in a row unanswered. Now West Virginia will need 2 in the last 2 minutes. That one just going to fall wide. Buki Boy to midfield. Bramble cleared wide away to the Red Raider side of the offensive zone. But 2 minutes ago, Quantic, things got to change on the stretch if you're West Virginia to have a chance to pull this game back to level.
Yeah, you started this game well, but you have very much fallen down to be flat-footed and on your heels. That's nearly a fantastic double tap from Bramble, but hit 2 posts and end up back out the other direction. Wilds cycling this in the corner. Good boom and clear that Ski Buddy's going to chase down. Didn't have the boost to get there, but does allow Duffy to sink in. And rather than going for the ball, he just gets immediately removed by Buki, and Igor going to get his get back for his roster onto Wilds. But they need the shots. They need the offense more than anything. And the more the clock ticks down, the less of a chance they have at a comeback, especially if this goes in. Buki slotting in their second. It's 5-2 Texas Tech.
1:10 to go, and things really have gotten out of reach for West Virginia after the early momentum run, but now it's a 4-0 run for the Red Raiders. Quantic, I think now at this point, West Virginia just need to score once here to close this game and stop the run, stop the bleeding, and go into game 4 with some hopeful chance you can pull this game to game 5.
This is... It has to be another realigning focus from West Virginia. I mean, they came out hot yet again in this one, and I thought they were going to be in the driving seat, but Texas Tech, the evolution's just too strong, and West Virginia, they're going to be the ones at the drawing board having to check things. Oh my gosh, Bramble would have been fantastic for their second goal. Still won it by way of Buki. Wilds off the backboard, can't get on the back flip, and West Virginia do survive, but it doesn't really matter unless they can somehow get 1, 2, even they need 3 goals to fall in officially. So I think we're headed to a game 4 with the Texas Tech advantage, and the adjustments, the changes from West Virginia, I'm really keen to look out for in this upcoming 60-second intermission, because they do need to change some things to force a game 5.
Absolutely, but it starts with the offense, and we know that, but the defense can also give up 5 goals in a game. Man, you can't have that in a series where you are a severe underdog trying to stun an upset here, but your offense has to be efficient, and you have to create opportunities. We didn't see much of that here in game number 3. They just saw 7 shots compared to the 12 they saw last game, so it's twice their effort, and they got their goals cut in half.
Man. Yeah, I mean, started good, right? But the offense just couldn't keep up, and looking at these stats, it is more of a defensive concern for me more than anything, because the shots, yes, you're massively down, but how you go from holding the Red Raiders to 2 shots, and then on the next following game, letting 12 fall into your net, or onto your net, not necessarily into, and just way too much to deal with defensively for West Virginia. Maybe another kickoff goal, though. This is something that's been tried, true, and proven for West Virginia. This goal almost bound to happen every game. This time it's Duffy getting involved.
And again, it's now 3 straight games in a row where West Virginia is first to score in the first couple, about 30 seconds, and they get it done in just 4 seconds. Maybe we see another chance here. Duffy one-on-one to the corner. The shot is no good. The rebound is not there in time. Put back for Ski Buddy. Doesn't go either. Wild's about to own goal, and a missed opportunity goes awry.
They have to give a kiss to that crossbar because it just saved them a couple times. Texas Tech surviving what would have been a very swift 2-goal opener for West Virginia, but one only 30 seconds in is much more feasible to deal with. That's a good challenge by Duffy. Is this just in? No, it's off that same crossbar once more. The 3rd time they've hit that part, and there's about to be dents in the bar early in this game 4.
That crossbar, the 4th defender doing its part here in game number 4. And the funny part is, Quantic, is they did the exact same kickoff and the exact same play, both kickoff, but reset for Bramble, though, and it worked both times, but the shot didn't fall through the 2nd time.
Maybe they can get this one to find pay dirt. Ski Buddy collecting, ricocheting touch off the corner, tries to get there first, but Wild's much better takeoff. Easier read for him to find and make contact with that ball. Duffy pushing along, didn't have a ton of boost to work with, but that's a great flick by Igor. Finds nothing but green grass in front of him, and Wild gets a challenge, but it does make a very awkward lofted ball over his own crease. Duffy, good 50, looking for help. Igor! No! He hits the crossbar again! Okay, that one won't come back to bite them. Ski Buddy finding the rebound.
326, and oh my gosh, I lost it on that crossbar hit again. It's like this crossbar has made more saves than the Red Raider defense has by themselves. 326 to go. The Mountaineer lead out to 2.
Texas Tech doesn't even have a registered save right now, Nation. That's how much work the crossbar's been doing. It is the lone defender currently for Texas Tech. They've been able to play their balls to the crossbar, but they haven't gotten saves themselves. Bramble, great pass to Buki, just a little bit too far out from his grill, but this one's free. He wasn't expecting a missed touch. Had he committed, I think it would have been a goal, but the respect shown to West Virginia, that's something that you've earned. It's not given, and they'll hit the bar once more. This time Ski Boy hitting that side post, and they won't find a third, but they're continuing to assault the defense and the goal line for Texas Tech.
Yeah, West Virginia, again, I mean, things haven't opened the way they probably expected. I mean, a 2-0 lead is great to have, but it really should be 3-4-0 right now in favor of the Mountaineers. A big save for Igor. Holds off Texas Tech again.
He had to get some help from his teammate. That's another good flick by Duffy, though. Not the touch that Buki wants, but nobody can come in and capitalize. Ski Buddy just trying to chip this over to Igor. Lofting touch. It's a toss. Underhand one at that. Is this one ricocheted unintentionally? Maybe intentionally. It's a possession touch. Just Duffy doesn't have enough boost to do a whole lot with this. Good challenge. Igor didn't want to jump. Didn't want to burn the boost. Will go now. Wild shot on. It's going to be high. Double tap from anybody. He goes for a demo, but obviously a miscommunication because nobody was there to collect the ball. Just sitting in front, and look, how has this pass gone through? Ski Buddy is able to turn, but that was a thread of a needle if I've ever seen one to get that one past 2 West Virginia defenders.
100 seconds left. West Virginia The defense needs to break through this press right now. They have no boost to work with defensively. They are pinned down. They're playing super close together, not all that far spread out. And there's the goal. Wilds finds it for the Red Raiders. 128. I feel like it was only a matter of time before that Red Raider goal came in.
Yeah, you felt the defense trying to collapse for West Virginia. And with that goal, it does bring a crucial kickoff reset, but more importantly, it cuts the lead in half with plenty of time on the clock for Texas Tech to find the goal to force an equal score line and give us a glimpse at a potential overtime. This one worked on by Ski Buddy, will be able to get here from the corner and force a touch. That's a little bit awkward for Bramble, but he's just toying with the Mountaineers, seemingly going to his own back wall, then out into center field. Good touch by Igor. Gets a challenge there as well, which means Duffy has a lot of time to find this clearance. A good flick. Can he get back up to it? No. Wilds first there, and West Virginia just have to make sure they don't allow shots to ring true. Buki had a look, just couldn't find the contact that they wanted.
50 seconds to go. Igor firing. Double commit for the defense. Wilds will find the save. Here comes a transition attack for the Red Raiders. This is threatening Igor alone. Huge clear by some time. Bramble to midfield. Sets up Ski Buddy. And the West Virginia defense, Quantic has to hold in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, you've done the hard work of getting yourselves a goal lead, but you can't let your defense collapse on the back end. Buki working on this one. Good chip up by Duffy. Taken by Bramble, heel off to this, but can't make contact, and maybe it's all calculated. No, Ski Buddy able to turn in time for the save, and Duffy really just riding this ball the length of the pitch, trying to burn as much time as possible, but here come the Red Raiders. This clock gonna hit nothing but zeros, and needs to be a coast-to-coast 0-second play to end the series now. West Virginia spiking it down, hitting the turf, and it's a game 5 incoming, nation.
Game 5. Who would have thought we would have been here, Quantic? I thought, maybe West Virginia would get a game, maybe if they're lucky too. But we're going to game 5. Where West Virginia really feel like they could have won this 3-1 had last game not gone south down the stretch, but they are playing it really, really well.
Yeah, no, it's especially, it's really weird. They have, West Virginia's won the evens. Texas Tech has won the odds, which does mean West Virginia needs to shape up before this game number 5. But they've looked good. And with the way that we both set up this series, it was gonna be West Virginia coming in as pretty massive underdogs onto Texas Tech, and they have found scrappy game wins where they've looked like the better team. Just don't allow Texas Tech to get a cacophony of shots onto your net, and I think you should be much better. They won't find initial kickoff goal. Maybe it's Texas Tech that will find instead. Wilds just underneath the bar, and they're on the board first.
And the Red Raiders finally on the board for the first time since game 1 at Quantic, and it took all 3 defenders to jump, and not a single save in sight. 9 seconds down. 1-0.
Man, there's not the start you want if you're West Virginia. They have found game wins, but the offense has been less consistent. Well, it's not as reliable for West Virginia, for the Mountaineers, than is the Red Raiders, but not out of the question. I mean, there's the entire game to play still. Duffy collecting this one, going for a pinch off the corner, doesn't find the pace there that they won. Wilds will be allowed to sink in for a clearance pass out to Bramble, who can't make contact, but Wilds can, beats 2 with 1 touch, and this one is just gonna float in, and Wilds, you gotta show some love to Bramble there. That could have been a free goal steal to pad his own stats.
Yeah, the defense double committed though, and they're taking risks early, which is not a good sign. That shows they're not really all that confident. 4:13 to go. It's already 2-0. This could get out of hand really quickly.
Yeah, not the start that you want, and we have seen the game wins from West Virginia come with 2 goals total on the board. They need at least 3 to win this game 5 on Champions Field. Wilds getting a piece there. Bramble to the sidewall. Buki should turn on this with the full boost acquired, but waits too long. Sets up a T almost for Duffy to take that one off of his hood. Buki watching his teammate sink in from Bramble getting centering pass, but obviously not on the same page as Wild. Just look for a demo instead of the pass, but Buki actually gets control, looking for that double tap. Can't find, and this one shoveled out by Ski Buddy. West Virginia, though, you don't need the defense right now. You need the offense. There's still plenty of time, but I at least want to see more shots put on by them.
They get a bump, maybe something here. The shot doesn't go. 3:21, that was their best look they've had all game. Now Duffy, flip reset, over the first. Almost a chance to get over the second. Bramble, though, they're at the right place, the right time. The power off the flip just wasn't strong enough. This should be a third for Bramble. That it is not. And West Virginia hold off, still down 2.
Yeah, you've been kind of given a gift by... Okay. They do finally get it back. Wilds with a hat trick, actually, only 2 minutes into this one. And while they didn't find it on the open net air dribble look, they will find it with a fantastic infield pass. And Texas Tech looking to run away with this one. West Virginia just came out, conceded one too many goals seemingly, and they will have to drastically pivot, do a 180 in the strategy that they're coming out with, because they just look worse for wear. They're getting demo, they're getting beat to these balls, and they can't make contact when they should be. Bramble, air dribble, trying to bully his way through. Igor, strong save to send that one north of the crossbar.
I need another occurrence of game 1, except the offense actually scores a goal. Their defense was near perfect down the stretch, so if you get another defensive performance like that down the stretch of this game, but your offense actually can put goals away, then maybe there's a chance. Okay, never mind. Bramble's got a fourth. 2:21 to go. Less than half the game remains. It's 4-0. It's been all Texas Tech here in Game 5.
And it's just the same recipe that Texas Tech has used that West Virginia can't answer to. Is 9 shots already for them, and we're just under the halfway point in this game. On track for 18 shots total is Texas Tech, and when you're soaking up that amount of pressure, your defense is going to break even the highest caliber teams across the Rocket League scene. Can't deal with 18 shots in a single game. Demo from Wilds. That is a role he has been happy to fill, constantly looking for demos in the offensive half. Bramble ran out of boost, so it'll be Buki coming to him as opposed to the pass making its way towards Buki's car. Igor collecting the boost, and maybe he can be the catalyst, get something going. Good save by Wilds, and the best look for West Virginia. It's a very easy touch by Texas Tech that will address things.
See, buddy, back to Igor. Back pass to Duffy, a little bit behind him now, so recycle back off the ceiling. 17 boost, we'll get to it. Flip reset, didn't get there on target there. And last 90 seconds, Quantic, this is looking a little bit grim for West Virginia.
Yeah, it's... They did well to force a game 5, but the wheels have seemingly fallen off, and I don't know if... It probably was a very taxing series for both teams, but maybe a position that West Virginia just need more experience with, as Igor will get back for the save, won't get the rebound, though, for Bramble, and I feel like maybe with 4 it's doable, with 5 on the board, my confidence is at an all-time low for West Virginia mounting a comeback.
I think 4 is doable if there was still the amount of time on the clock as there was when the 4th goal originally went in, but the minute left, I don't think 4 goals is doable here, but especially 5. I think this is really over unless Texas Tech have like a national sellout here in the last minute where they just completely crap the bed. But 50 seconds, I think this is game over.
Yeah, maybe they can get one, get the wheels moving, but it would take a generational collapse on the side of Texas Tech. Ski Buddy following this one through and can't get much going, just has to flip on out and allow his teammate to take over. Here comes Duffy off the ceiling. That's turned aside by the Texas Tech defense, and they're very content to just sit here. They do get one. I think there's definitely not enough time on the clock. It'd have to be 1 goal about every 6.5 seconds now for West Virginia. We've seen them score kickoff goals, but 4 in a row is a different task entirely.
I think if you score the kickoff here, then maybe you can make me believe in 3 in about 24 seconds, but I don't see that happening. They do have possession here. This has to be a goal if West Virginia's going to have any chance of a comeback, which it's not. Ski Buddy in the corner, fires to midfield. No one there that clear. Should have marked this game over. Igor gets help from a demo. This shot doesn't fall. Rebound is also turned away. That'll do it. West Virginia fall in 5. Texas Tech back to 500 at 1-1 in Big 12 play.
Yeah, they have looked good doing it. I mean, definitely 3 highlight games here for Texas Tech. 1, 3, and 5. They completely dominated every single facet of the pitch. They controlled the ball. They had the high field dominator rank. And games 2 and 4 were ones that maybe those are what you VOD review. You look at what fell through because they didn't look like themselves. The teams we saw in games 2 and 4 were not the teams we saw in the other 3 games, but they do come away with a victory. They're back up to 500, like you said, and I know Texas Tech is happy. I know Wild's Mama's happy in chat, and it's a very well-earned win for Texas Tech. West Virginia did not look as big of an underdog, though, as we originally thought.
It's still a good result. I mean, you go to Game 5 with a team expected to make the Big 12 playoff, and you get some early experience against a good team, and they'll kind of figure it out as their season goes on. But you get Oklahoma State next week for West Virginia. That should be a pretty good win. The Mountaineers, they should have no problem winning that series. We'll see how things go, but they've clearly gotten better. They're taking better teams to deeper margins in the series, so you can't be not happy with that result.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and well played by both those teams involved, but will be Texas Tech coming away with the victory. And we're not done, Nation, are we?
Not done at all. The CCS Invitational wraps up with the first place game later in about 20 minutes. Patrick will be here with me for that one. Charlotte takes on James Madison after the break.